Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Live Show. Friday, 8 games. We had a good time yesterday, man. I enjoyed yesterday's show a lot, and we obviously found some winners. Winning always helps having fun. So I thought we should probably just run it back, keep the momentum going here on a Friday. Still a decent slate. Anytime we get something like 8 games, like I'm down to go live. So we got Matty here, live show producer. We got Swish in the comments as well. If you want to talk to him, definitely hit him up with any questions. Tag at Swish Info. He's going to be working hard for us. I know he's more beloved than we are these days, Matty, because he does get to everybody's questions, and we only get to some of them. But how are you feeling today, Matty?
I'm doing well. I think I went 5-1 or 4-1 yesterday, so no complaints here.
Winning's fun. Winning solves everything, right? So we got David back. Prop happens in the comments. Good to have you, man. Got Lewis Gold. Always was good. Got street cred in here too, man. I just want to point that out. I haven't seen you all the time, bro, but what's good, street cred? We got Yerking here too. Already talking about Najee under on the PRA. I might toss that over to my guy when we get to it in a second, since he was the Najee whisperer. Then Dallas blew everything up and kind of whatever. But good stuff. We got Schwartz in here too. He's talking to Swish. I'm just trying to see. We got some of the comments coming in, but everybody's just saying what's up, man. Coolio, let me know. The Rockets playing today? Rockets play today.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got to talk about Reed Sheppard for Coolio. Obviously, I don't know if he might have unboarded the train and gotten off already. But what's up, Fly Price? What's up, King KT? Appreciate you in here as well, man. Dat's money. Fresh cut, thank you. Yeah, Anthony Molina is the barber. A couple people asked me for it. My guy does work, man. He's a good dude. Fly Price is looking at Dean Wade. Talk about that for sure. What's up, No Cap Mac? Any longer odds double doubles? Man, I feel like you were on a high with some double doubles. Do you have one on your card today or not yet?
I don't.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find some today. I'll look
we'll see.
while
Swish has a great article about that stuff that we're going to have up on the site pretty soon, too, about how to play double doubles and all of that. But I'm going to start just so I can remind myself if we want it. What's up, Van Negro Jones? We got flag on the dimes, specifically the dimes. We've been talking about the RA here on this show, but we'll keep it to the assist when we get there in a sec. I'm starting that one. Let's make some chicken. Let's get it. I'm going to get these comments on stage and just keep kind of like putting up some of these save things. But as you guys are coming in the comments, go ahead, or excuse me, the show, jump in the comments and let us know what you want to look at. Going to try to keep coming through the comments and see what you guys have. But we've got a look here for Cade as well. I actually faded Cade. I don't know what his number is at right now. Let me pull it up real quick. I'll start getting into this stuff with you guys. But I thought, it's back up to 23. It was only at 22. Okay, we're back up to 24. That's where I got it. So let me throw that in the chat real quick. Did you have anything into the Detroit game? I want to just throw this in the chat for those who are in the VIP to let them know that the number for Cade is back up to 24.5. If they want to go under, that's my look, and I'll talk about it in a sec. But what are your thoughts, Matty?
A couple of things that I am looking at. I have nothing down in this game. I do like the Cade under look, but specifically, I didn't get to it because the number hadn't moved before I could. But I would be looking at like Kevin Huerter. I would be looking at like maybe even like is Said playing probable? Maybe some Said. Just because the number is low. Yeah, that's about it. Honestly, there's not a lot. This is again like I want to say this ad nauseum, and y'all gonna hate me for it. You have to live bet games like this. Yeah. You have to. And unfortunately, we can give you the what we're looking for to live bet. We can't hold your hand while doing it, but in games like this in particular, you have to live bet.
We are going to have a live betting tool in the Discord soon enough. I think it's like pretty much there with it, but Swish has been working on sort of like a live tracker. So you can kind of, the way that we are always tracking the price of these things, we're looking at market pricing for player props all the time. We're looking at it like a stock. Well, he's got a nice little sort of prop bot for live stuff where you can ask it what the updated projection is on a player based on what's going on in the game. It's pretty crazy stuff. My man's insane. But all right, let me pull up my screen. I'm going to start sharing the dashboard here so we can see some of these projections. Take a look at some of the tools that we have too, some of the matchup data and all that. And like I said, that's the first bet that I had down on the card today was like second or third, whatever it was. It was one of the first bets that I had down on the card was Cade on the under, just because of everything this game. There's no reason for him to play much in this game.
Right.
If we look at Detroit stuff here, we have him in 36 minutes at just under 24 points. And that's just because that's what he plays normally. But I mean, he's been playing 26 minutes essentially the whole time, right? As of late, as they've been blowing teams out. really the last 2 games mostly. And then in those games, that's kind of what we're expecting in this one. So for Cade, he played 26 against Philly, or 28 rather, played 26 against Brooklyn, right? So this was a 38-point win and a 22-point win. He only played 28 in this one because he probably got a couple extra minutes. The game was a little closer than we thought it might be, but this is what we're looking at for stuff with Cade. Is like, this is buy because it's low, but I think you have to take into consideration the 36 minutes is not coming. And if you extrapolate the 36 minutes down and you say, okay, if you think he's playing 36 and he's going to score 24, well, he's playing 26, not 36. And so that at that point, you drop that projection for him down to like 20. So what are your thoughts there?
Memphis could play a team who doesn't want to win, and they might put up 100 points.
Yeah.
So
they just do that versus Dallas?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, I don't even have to reference a specific example of this. Like, it's just can't just to be expected. So to your point, like, this is one of those games where you might even be able to bet Detroit to 100 by the third quarter, or by the end of the third quarter. Like, there's just no way that, like, I don't see a way Memphis stays in this game because they don't want to be in this game. I'll just put it like that.
Yeah, 100%. That's what we keep saying is, like, if Memphis and Brooklyn played right now, they'd probably just be throwing the ball out of bounds at each other to try to lose, because I don't even know what we're doing anymore. But yeah, you couldn't really pay me to bet on Memphis because of the randomness. So if anybody has stuff for Memphis, my response is, I think someone said it for me here a minute ago, where they just said stay away. And I think that might have been when we were talking about some of this kind of stuff that we're talking about right now for Memphis, is like, minutes could be anywhere. I don't think it's something you really want to try to mess with. So
do you think this is relevant at all?
Not really. Depends who you're talking about. Like, I don't think anybody that would like get if you it's not about padding stats. Like, if you're talking about a team like Memphis, it's like playing for a contract probably, right? Like, who do we have here? Ray and Rupert, right? Probably needs a long contract to be on the team. I think Henderson might already have a contract, but a lot of these guys are playing for their next one as well, or a spot on this team next year. So yeah, they're going to go all out, but that's why these coaches are putting in bad players. Players are not tanking. Coaches and teams are tanking by putting in bad players, right? So there's not really going to be guys in at the end of the game that could be looking to pad their stats for a contract incentive or something. Like, none of these dudes have contracts, much less incentives in those contracts for a lot of the time. So that's kind of what you have to keep in mind. But Duncan rebounds, is that one? Duncan R props on the points there.
Yeah. What's his line? 10.5. I mean, 10.5 seems very beatable. This is where I like to bet him out personally.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I have no qualms with it at all. Yeah, especially if Duren ends up sitting. Oh my God. Yeah, I like 10.5 a lot. 10.5 I was buying with Duren in. So.
Yeah, just some more touches, just some more involvement in the offense, as opposed to Cade just throwing lobs to Duren, who puts it down on Noah Clowney's head or whomever it was yesterday. Or yesterday it was like Watford's head. But yeah, I think the 10.5 is to Matty's point, is just a number that you feel decent about playing for Duncan. I don't know if he's lost too many minutes. I mean, 25. He played 16 against Brooklyn, still had 15 points. Jesus.
Yeah, that's could be very similar to that Brooklyn game.
Yeah. You didn't hit that, did you? I know you talked about it on the show.
No, no, but he did hit but I did not bet it. No.
Right. Yeah, it was, but it's the same number. It's like it's 10.5, probably partly baking in the blowout stuff here as well. So I think Cade probably went back up. Now I'm thinking about it, right? He went back up to 24.5 because Duren is now questionable. That's all making much more sense. So just a little bit of beware of it. I still like the under for Cade. I just don't think he has to play. And I think he's been diming up so much that's where I would feel better about it. So if there's nothing else in this game, we can keep moving. I'll just run through the comments so that I can see where people want to go and kind of let them lead me. But,
so there's the comment about Najee. There's a comment about Dean Wade. Do you want to go to Cavs?
Sure. Let's go to Cavs. Let's see. And the Cavs don't have anybody. Sam Merrill's questionable. That's the Cavs one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Sam Merrill questionable. So this question is about who did you just bring up? Dean Wade, the professor.
Right here.
4.5 boards, getting plus odds at most books. Think he guards Middleton, and this is what he's been doing with Allen out lately. Interesting, yeah. So is Middleton basically the 4 on that team? I wouldn't even know how to project the matchups there, but that might be what it is. What's Dean been doing? Let's see. He's been getting some more minutes. I think he's been the starting lineup, if I'm not mistaken. Did you like Dean Wade at all today?
I haven't looked at Dean Wade today, but he has been in the starting lineup recently. He isn't projected to be in the starting lineup today. And it looks like he'd be on Middleton.
He is projected to be in the starting lineup today.
Yep.
And that would make sense for the matchup. I don't know if that helps his boards or not, right? Obviously, like, he can win that rebounding matchup, but I don't know if, like, Chris Middleton is putting him in a position to get those boards. I think he's playing up top above the break a bunch. So I don't know if that pulls Dean Wade for the boards or not. If you want to just look at the market for him, if he's playing 20-ish minutes on average here, it seems like even in the starting lineup, it's like he's topping out at 25. He's playing 20 without one of Allen or Mobley. Like, both of them have been missing time, but he's gotten a ton of rebound chances against bad teams. Like, he still had 10 rebound chances in 21 minutes against Boston, which is hard in itself to do. Didn't get the boards. It's a tougher team to rebound against, but his line in that game was 3.5 for a reason. It's only gone up 1 against Dallas. I get it. I can see it.
This correlates to something I'm thinking about betting.
Go for it.
I was looking at, so obviously Chris Middleton unders back to back, right? I don't know if I'm brave enough to take the PRA because he got more shot attempts than I expected in that Boston game. I think it was. He still went under, like, the PRA, but it was sweatier than I thought. However, the RA is super interesting to me. The under 7.5 RA for Chris Middleton. And
this is up a bit from some stuff. The points especially have been up a bit, but you think he's still going to be shooting enough that it kind of scares you away from it?
I mean, I don't know. Again, I just don't know how to project his minutes specifically on Dallas, but the RA looks very good.
It's a back-to-back, and he took 17 shots yesterday.
Yeah. It's actually came down. The market agrees with me. It was at 7.5 when I was looking an hour ago.
Got you. So you'd be going under on the RA before adding points in there?
Yeah, go to PropsMadness and look at the RA. It's hot. And just bump it up to 7.5 so you can see what I was seeing specifically.
Got you.
You just passed him.
I passed our boy. There he is. Chris on the RA combined 6.5, but you're saying if there is a 7.5, it looks like they're gone.
Yeah, but that's what I was seeing earlier. And then if you give him like less than just a still-in of like 26 minutes on the year.
Yeah, it's a lot of unders on the RA. It's not something he's doing. I mean, it's a different team, but it doesn't look like it's gone up necessarily in those minutes with him on Dallas.
So. Again, correlates with another thing that I like too, right? Like I took Cooper RA over 10.5. And so like all of those things I think are somewhat related.
Yeah. Minutes going up, other guys that are on the floor that are off now because of that. Let's take a look at what projections say for Dallas as a team real quick. They're trying to lose, right? Like they just mistakenly beat Memphis because Memphis is even worse. But Coop might be.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to just say Coop might be a little bit more blowout proof.
Yeah, that might be it. I don't know that. I wouldn't put them at the same level of trying to lose as like the Pacers, Memphis Wizards, but they're definitely a team that is not putting forth their best effort. Yeah. I'll put it like that.
Well, the thing that they're not doing correctly is having they don't have a bad enough bench. That's what we were talking about earlier. Is like they can try to they can't out tank Memphis, who's throwing out guys that no one's heard of. So like they're still throwing out like Ryan Nembhard is their worst player.
Sure,
so,
that's
fair.
We still
like his dimes a lot. So that's part of it. But Coop is what did he play against Memphis? Played 33. So that's what I kind of mean is I even though this season he's been someone that loses minutes in the blowouts, it's a different part of the season, and he's somebody that they're probably still trying to get board time for. So you took the 10.5 RA for Coop.
Yeah, I would take 11.5, but I think 10.5 is a better number because it's a worse opponent or a worse opponent in terms of him playing against them.
Yeah.
Than it was yesterday, and it was 11.5 then. So, but 10.5 I think is a very good number.
So, I know people have been asking about the assist specifically, right? This one I have saved too from Van Negro Jones was talking about it, and now we've got D Chicago talking about it. So, yeah, like basically, do you have a difference of opinion? Because the rebounds have a bit of a better edge on the model, but I don't know if you have a more specific opinion about one of them versus the other.
I think we're looking at what he did yesterday and tying that. And I'm not saying the model is going to kind of disagree with me, but we don't have the potentials for Atlanta and Memphis to showcase my point.
Yeah.
But the rebounds is what you're relying on in the RA, not the assists, in my opinion.
Got you. Yeah, you like
yesterday he popped off with assists, but again, the reason you take this is because of the rebounds. In fact, if you want to look at the double-double, Like that would be the way I would expect it to happen is the rebounds. I don't like 3-1 though.
Yeah, wow, that's low.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought this was gonna be like 6 or 7-1.
Yeah,
I
was about to say that could have been the sneaky one, but not at that price.
Not at that price. Yeah, someone sniffed that out too. Like, because he's got 9 of them on the season. Like, I don't know where I guess they're clumped a bit towards the end of the season, but that's not great. So, this is Props Madness, by the way. I didn't introduce this product as well. You guys know, a lot of you know it for the filters that you can use and sort of the in and out stuff where you can put teammates in and out and see who's been available. Very helpful stuff in that sense. But if you do want to get into the platform here, it's LYB is a code that gets you 25% off on your first month.
That's interesting. I have not seen this. I haven't looked into this, but I believe I've heard about this before. So if we can dabble in that for a second, that might be something sneaky.
It's like if we put the filter on here, back to backs for max, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, has he? Yeah, he's been on the Mavs the whole time. Last season he got traded. What are the minutes at? They're 4 minutes fewer on the back to back. I don't really know what that'd be about. Dude's like what 25 or something like that.
The only thing I would be weary about trusting the minutes here because everyone's been in and out of this rotation this year.
Yeah, this is a bit of noise to me more than anything. Maybe there's weirdness on the minute, but I don't think you can look at a 9-game sample size without digging really deeply into it.
Yeah.
Other thing is like what happened on October 27th is pretty much pointless to look at this point. Like you might as well be looking at last season, which we also know is pretty pointless, right? Like for what we're doing on the dashboard, especially, it's like we're taking into consideration last 10 almost at the most, and sometimes even fewer than that, just because of what's going on more recently is going to be way more relevant than what's going on back in October. So I don't know if there's too much there. It feels like a little bit of noise, just a little bit of caution for that one. But Najee under on the PRA, I think we got to get to a different game because I'm not going to have much for you on Dallas. But if you have anything for Najee, like let me know.
Too high of a number for me to feel it's a too sharp of a number, I should say, for me to feel comfortable either way. And then also he's questionable. So I
don't know that we want to be messing with this too much, man. I don't think this game should be close. I mean, 13.5 is telling you it shouldn't be close. Dallas is trying to lose still. They won yesterday. Again, it's not about trying to lose or not for the players. It's just who's on the court. And the Mavs might still be playing their good players. But I don't know. They got to make sure they lose. So let's keep rolling then. And just wanted to touch on this too, because there was some people want me to just give bets, just spend an hour just us hurling bets at you. And just being like, bet this, bet this, bet this, bet this, bet this. There's no magic 8-ball solution. I don't have the answers to the test over here on a page that I'm not sharing with you guys. And then I'm just like getting winners. It's like, I'm not even getting winners because I can guarantee them. When I do win, it's because I played a bet that I think had an edge with the number and I played it. And that's really it. And you do that enough, you'll win over time. You just can't guarantee that every night it's going to be 4-0 or 6-1 or whatever. So there's got to be some discussion about this stuff and some stay away as well. But
how many games is on this slate?
8 of them.
You should not be betting 8 different games each night.
Yeah.
I'll just put it like that. Unless this is your professional job,
yeah, and
you have to, you should not be doing it.
It's a fair point. I can't remember a slate that I would have bet every single game ever. Maybe so, but yeah, we've got enough to bet in this tonight at least. So where should we go next? Go ahead and give the video a like. Jump in with your bets if you would, and Maddie's gonna take us to the next game. Did you have something you thought?
I have a bunch of comments start if you want to look through these really quickly and pick one.
Yeah,
there's something for Houston. There's things for Jazz. There's things for Knicks, Indy.
Right. I saw the Kyle Filipowski one. I'm gonna go to Utah.
Okay, let's do it.
We have Flip at 16 points at this point. Keontae's officially out. Is that correct?
Keontae is officially out. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure.
I mean, I'll look it up while you're vamping. I got you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to make sure that he's supposed to be out. If he's supposed to be out, we get him out too real quick. But because I do think that's going to impact everything. I'm pretty sure, almost positive. So I'm going to put him out for now on the dash.
10 p.m.
Where are we? Is this man? Keontae.
I'm blind.
He doesn't have lines. I just put him out. So this will update in a sec on the Utah projections here. Out. Yeah. So we're probably not gonna see John Conchar, Cody Williams. Well, we might actually see them 36 minutes. I actually don't know if I should say that. The Kyle Filipowski looks had my intrigue because you look at everybody. I'm gonna go to PropsMadness to look at all these in one spot. But if you look at this game and you look at the Utah points, like Sensabaugh up to 19.5 is a major jump. Bailey was 17.5. That was a relatively big jump. He might still, he's bumped down to 16. And then Collier up at 15.5 is pretty big jump for him, where he's at consistently 11.5. I guess it's with or without Keontae is really what it comes down to. So maybe 15. It's about fair for Keontae. Flip didn't really come up much is really the point that I want to make, is like, if he's at 13.5 points, that's definitely not a big enough jump in his points lines here from what they are kind of normally. So that kind of just makes me go, maybe the market didn't price him in correctly and they're just pricing in everybody else correctly, because Keontae affects other people slightly more. But that's so much usage that goes Flip's way that I got to kind of feel good about his number at that number, despite the and actually not even despite the matchup. Like, I don't mind the matchup at all for him. Utah is an easy team to get. It's not their easiest score against necessarily, although they are like 20th in defense. It's more that they play super fast. They have the third fastest tempo in the league, so that opens up a lot more opportunities for guys. So do you have anything for this game, or do you have a thought on Flip in general?
Yeah, I agree with your sentiment that he's the person who has not seen the dramatic adjustment that everyone else has. I also think this is, I'm like everyone else, I guess. I also think that the Williams brother is a great look tonight.
Cody?
Just because he's going to play 40 minutes and because he sucks so bad.
Did you call him the Williams brother because you only reference him in relation to the fact that his brother, NBA champion Jalen Williams, is also the...
Listen, I don't like J-Dub either. I don't think they're very good. Cody's much worse, but like, yes. J-Dub is a scam.
Of that, you can be sure he is much worse. People are talking about Cody Williams in the chat?
No, I'm saying that I think this is one of the better looks in the game, but you're seeing that line move because of it. Got you.
Crazy. Cancel my 3:00. I got to get to the window to bet on Cody Williams, said somebody, I guess. Who the hell is saying that? That's crazy. If you ever say that statement, bro, call the number. Okay. He might be the worst basketball player in the league, and he would wax me in that. This is on the scale of NBA players, one of the worst players in the league, not at your local 24. So Flip is still the guy for me. This is one last thing I'll say. I guess it's the rebounds that the model's telling you is a better bet, even though the projection is at 15.9 and the edge is 1.5 points basically what the model's projecting versus what the line is. The rebounds, to me, they're at a buy spot because of the fact that it's been higher. And granted, that was against like the Knicks, it was higher, but it was also higher against the Dubs, where it closed at 9.5, and now you're getting it at 8.5. Against the Blazers, who I showed you are one of the easier teams to get rebound chances against. They allow the 5th most opportunities for rebounds because they miss shots and they play fast as shit, even though they're good at rebounding. That's why this is more effective than just like a regular analysis of the opponent, because it takes into consideration the tempo enough to go, don't listen to them being the 7th best rebounding rated team in the league. Listen to the fact that they play super fast and give up more rebounding chances than normal defenses. So I think that is actually where I like Flip more than anything, is the 8.5. If I'm looking at the odds on it, MGM's hanging at 105. I don't have any more accounts there, but I can get this down in a couple other spots for flat money. That's not bad, but that's how I'd play Flip if you're going to play him. I actually like the rebounds a bit more. Andrew is talking about the Denny stuff just because I looked at it. We can look at Portland real quick. Do you have any thoughts on Portland, or did you look their way?
What's Klingen's line at? Is it gone? Is it too far gone?
Oh, yeah. Well, I already bet Donnie. That's right. I forgot about Kling Kong. Donovan's definitely gone. I think it's 12.5 boards.
Is it really? I was talking about someone earlier who had 11.5 as an option. So if it was still 11.5, I was going to still say that's very live. Yeah. There are... Okay, there's none. Never mind. I lied. Yeah. What's the double at? Minus. Oh yeah. Good God, that's gone.
Like minus 200.
And then it's actually better than that. 13.5 points is live. I don't mind that.
This is all with the Robert Williams news, right? We got to make clear that Rob Will is questionable now, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. He is questionable. He was downgraded earlier, not officially out yet, but one would lead you to believe that.
This is a little bit of noise. I'm going to pull it up on PropsMadness for a minute. It's a little bit of noise that if you pull up Donovan Klingen down here and you go to his boards and you put Robert Williams in, or out rather, I think it's a little bit of noise. Let's see what the minutes are, because I know this number looks way better without Robert. So with Rob Will, he's at 10.5 boards. The minutes are only one fewer. So that's the weird part to me, is I don't know how much this matters. I haven't looked at who he's playing in these games, obviously, but the thing is, without Robert Williams, it's notable. It's pretty notable that he's at about 30 minutes per game, and the rebound chances are up to 23 a night when he plays without Robert Williams. Hard to do anything but be like, I guess you bet over on this versus the Jazz. Like, I get that. You need him to play 30 minutes, and Robert Williams needs to be out for us to feel good about that. So I don't think he plays 30 if Rob Wills is in. So I might be like, I love my 10.5, even if Robert Williams played the rebounds, but I don't know if you can get there with 12.5 in this situation, right?
Totally. That's a good point. I am 100% believing that he's out, but I get what there's certainly hesitation because you don't know.
Yeah, but the late add to the injury report, we always like to say that too. Like if a dude was added to the injury report in the middle of the day, hours before the game, usually a good sign that he's not playing. So, and then there was one more point I was going to make, but I lost it because of ADD. Denny Avdia, though, in terms of RA specifically, actually Flip's RA is an interesting look in and of itself. This is 12.5. Let me see what the model says about Denny over here, about his rebounds and assists. Rebs 6.5 looks like a hold spot. I mean, we've got everybody in too, right? For I guess other than Rob Will, but I don't know if he's going to impact Denny as much as he does impact Klingon. The assists are a bit high as well. You got Drew out there. That's going to be a part of the stuff that keeps his assists down a little bit. But what are your thoughts?
I did have a thought on this game. I forgot about it other than Klingon, and I haven't bet this much.
Is it Denny or no?
No.
Okay, cool. We can move away from Denny because I everything's saying sell for him. I would say off bat, Flip would be a better look, but I haven't looked at his RA specifically. But go for it, yeah.
I guess it might have moved. I was looking at Scoot Henderson. I believe I saw it at 12.5. I still hate it at 13.5, but 12.5 is a much better number. Nope, they're all gone. Dang it, it's moving to 14.5. I still don't hate it at 13.5 just because the opponent and the pace that it's going to be played at, but
yeah.
It's not the number I initially had found.
This team is so bad that 13.5 is basically like saying all he needs to do is get 12.5 points.
Yeah, so, I still think it's a decent number, especially at minus 102 or even plus 101 at DraftKings.
So was he missing? He must have been missing guys in this game where it's 16.5. Yeah, he was missing Denny in those games when it went up to 16. Right. So then when Denny comes back right here against the Pacers, it goes down to 11.5, and he still shoots the ball 15 times in a 20-point win and got 28 points. That was Scoot right there. And then against the Hornets last game, much tougher team, 19 minutes, but still puts up 10 shots, 17. He's shooting a ton. So his recent points are probably up at about like 18 or so based on his
I would be curious to hear Swish's thoughts on Scoot because I know he has a history betting Scoot. But yeah, I think it's probably a good spot tonight.
Yeah, I think Scoot points is still okay. I mean, 13.5 is definitely when you notice 12.5, you were like, this is a bet. And at 13.5, you're just kind of like, this is close.
100%.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let me keep going. Go ahead and jump into the comments. Go ahead and give that video a like too. Much appreciated. Quick reminder that this is the SwishLand dashboard. We got the free trial up on the site for you guys if you're interested in testing it out. It's on landyourbets.com, so you can get basically access to everything, including all the tools that are up here, which includes the edge exchange. Just pull that up for 1 second, which is basically all of the edges that we're pulling off the dashboard in one spot. So based on our projections, based on matchups, based on injuries, who has the biggest edge that we see points wise between what the line is for the sports books and what our projections and data and tools are telling us based on matchup, et cetera, like I said. So you can check all that up on landyourbets.com, help you with all the stuff that we're looking at here. But let me get back to the dashboard.
You have any thoughts on Barnes under 7.5 boards?
Scotty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about that game is I do think there's choppiness coming, a lot of missed shots. I don't know if board's the way you want to go. I know he's questionable right now too. I'm not quick to get a bet down on Toronto, but what do you think about this one?
I don't like taking unders on Scotty Barnes, especially against Utah. Yeah, that's how I feel about it personally.
They're playing Phoenix.
Oh, dang it! Portland, Toronto.
I know every single time. I think it's the funniest thing in the world that because TOR and POR are the abbreviations for those teams.
Every single time. Hilarious. I'm so dumb. That's all.
No, it's perfect. I love it. It's actually a different reason than what you thought, but I still think it's scary to go under if he does play, which is like they're missing shots. Phoenix is actually worse. They're better at limiting points and assists They are not as good at limiting rebounds, but they're still a tough team to rebound against. So it makes sense because of the slow choppiness. But if you think there's a bunch of missed shots, then it doesn't make quite as much sense either. But
right.
So.
Every single time. Do you want to go to New York, Indiana? There are so many comments about this game.
Okay, let's do it. Which side seems to have more? Which team should we start with their projections?
So we got a lot of news coming in for this one. I'll just start with who's in and out. TJ's in. Naismith is in. Andrew Nembhard and Zoo are on a minutes restriction. And there was one more, I thought. I haven't heard anything about Cat yet, but in terms of everything else that is on the favorited things, there was questions about Zoo, and I had warned specifically David because he was on vacation about like, hey, I'll just be cautious because, and then there was, I thought
real quick, can I bring you back so I can just do this? Is Naismith in?
Yes.
Okay, Naismith in. Is Pascal out? You said.
Pascal has not been announced in or out yet.
And Nembhard, did you say?
Nembhard and Zubac are on a minutes restriction.
Okay, got you. Sounds good. And so, where do you want to go? I just want to get those in on the dashboard. That'll update here shortly.
You want to go anything on Mitch board? Or you want to go to Mitch boards?
Yeah, Mitch boards.
10.5.
Let's go Mitch boards. 10.5.
10.5. Hart's out. Towns is out. Sochan's out.
Got you.
It's about to be an ugly game.
Do we have that correct then?
This all just came through. Towns out. Josh out. Sochan out.
You say Towns is out.
Towns is out. Sochan is out. And Hart is out.
My brain is not processing. Okay, so Mitch Rob at 25 minutes is not unreal. Well, it is kind of unrealistic if they blow the doors off this team. That would be my first thought, is if they blow the doors off this team, Mitch Rob isn't someone you're trying to make sure gets minutes. Like, you could probably win this game with Ariel Huckporty playing.
I'm going to push back, man. I think Memphis keeps it on Memphis. I think Indiana keeps it within margin.
One of these bottom feeders. You think they keep it in margin?
Yeah, I do. I think personally, I mean, what was the number, like 13 earlier? I think
for the spread.
Yeah, I would have taken plus 13, to be honest.
Still plus 13.
I think that obviously if Pascal sits, it hurts me a little bit, and it's expected just because he's doubtful. But I mean, I personally think that I promise we'll get to the Suns game. You don't have to keep tagging me. I got you. I just personally think with the amount of people it's in for them and then the amount of people it's out for the Knicks, I see them keeping it with a margin of 13 personally.
Okay, let's give him 25 minutes. Let's give Mitch Rob, let's say he has a floor of 20 and a ceiling of 27. About 16 rebound chances in those minutes. Like, he needs probably a few more minutes, but this is 11.5. Oh man.
Oh, it's moving. Yeah.
Oh my word. I mean,
at some point you got to be thinking about the other direction.
I know. In his absolutely toilet bowl rebounding. I think they might be the number one team to get boards against. Yeah, they give up the most rebound chances in the league. They play fast and they suck and they miss a ton of shots on offense. So everything just adds up to boards being available. Plus, Jay Huff is your center. So yeah, there's a lot of boards to be had. That you got to play the number to a degree. Like, just because he's going to get a lot of boards doesn't mean he's going to get 11. But there you go. I mean, just the minutes by themselves, right? As like we have it as at least what do we have on the minutes here? At least 20 minutes, right? Even if you say like he's going to play at least 23 minutes, it's like it doesn't help you that much. Teams he's gone over against include some douchebag, some dog shit teams, I should say. Zubac, yeah, and the Zubac addition absolutely should help fix the rebounding. Thank you very much for bringing that up, Swish. It's almost like you know what you're talking about. Yeah, I would definitely say the Zubac stuff as well is just going to put a hole in all of our Indy, bet overs for bigs against Indy. It's not a guarantee when you have giant Zubac standing down there. So even if it is for 20 minutes, right? But like probably all of Mitch Rob's 20 minutes, unless he only plays the first half again. So I can't get there with Mitch Rob at 11.5.
I want to be honest. If he gets to 11.5, I'm taking the under because there's too many outs for it to hit.
Yeah.
There's the outs. He's not going to play enough minutes. There's the out that if I'm wrong and they go go out of margin, he sits. Like there's just so many outs in particular. And then just for David specifically, Hart is also out.
Okay.
David. Jairus Henderson is not a good one.
Yeah, not at this number. He's down to like 22 and a half. Yeah, so it looks like this stuff pulled through. Nembhard's on a minutes limit too, right? Yeah, so the Jairus is not a go. I repeat, call off the Jairus unders. You are totally right about that, Juki. Yeah, that's crazy, Edwin. The 11 and a half on FanDuel, man. Like, whew. So yeah, if you're thinking about fade, like you might even get this 11 and a half, like maybe minus 120 to the under. OG higher on reps. You know what? This is a good thing to at least look at. Let's look at OG's number, right? Because that makes sense that somebody might be getting a little bit disrespected if Mitrop's boards are all the way up there. OG Rebs, what are those coming in at? 5.5 still? Man, he's just not a great rebounder, and it's a weird game. Don't really know who he's guarding at this point. It's not Pascal,
I think if you have Cat out and Josh out, I think 5.5 is pretty fair. But the difference is like we would be looking at that 5.5 is pretty fair against the Pacers 2 weeks ago. I don't know again how Zubac changes that specifically.
Right. Mitrop was out in that game too.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. He was lined at 5.5 boards, had 14 chances, got 6 of them. Then he went real hot on this other one. I mean, Josh Hart being out definitely helps on the boards, but this is a bit of noise in my opinion too. I don't know if you just want to bank on this as a reason to go in, especially if it's like 7 boards in this small sample size. There's nothing that's like crazy outlier that helps me love it, but
I get your sentiment on TJ not playing more than 20 minutes. However, with Nembhard being limited on minutes and Pascal potentially being out, I think you might sweat this more than you expect.
Yeah. We're not going to, I mean, there's no way to do this with Indy, man. It's a carousel of people in and out. So like, I don't know if we want to like try to do it that way. 16.5 PRA is definitely at the top for him. Let's do minutes for a second. Like, let's say because like when he's played without Nembhard, or no, he's got Nembhard in too. So I don't know who's helping him get more minutes really. Let's say he plays like 18 to 22 on the season. He's averaging 17 minutes, but let's give him more than that and say he plays 18 to 22. Maybe he doesn't play that many. Maybe he does. I'm not totally sure. It's not a risk I totally want to take. 6 shots, 7 chances, 12 potentials. Like he doesn't need much time. We know what TJ McConnell does. He just turns the pace way up. So 16.5 is going to be too high of a number for me personally for anything TJ. But if you're talking about fading him, it's still risky. That's all I can say. So I just don't have much of an edge on it.
I think it's a very, very efficient line because again, if Pascal sits and Nembhard is limited on minutes, they've got to have someone else to fill in the personnel on the team that's playing. So that'd be my one concern about it.
Yep. There's a lot of questions for the Knicks side of things. I'm gonna pull these projections back up for them real quick. Give you guys a look at those if you're interested. Because it was Landry, might be playing full, but he's probably at a big number too for Landry. 12.5, man. Oof. Sheesh. Sheesh indeed.
Just
I'm good on that. Yeah, I'm good on that. I guess Hart's out. I mean, we can try. It's not going to be much. That's not noise to me about it. Again, like I'd love to be like bet on. Here's 17 bets for y'all. It's just not how this season is going, especially. Points for Landry. I don't know who you want to take out, man. Deuce. Like there's no sample size for all of this. You know what I mean? So there's nothing that's really gonna help. You could do like on-off court stuff if you want. See if that helps. We still have, if you believe in the spread or not, it's 13 points. So it's just kind of like blowout is what the market is telling you is gonna happen. But yeah, I'm gonna see.
Have any thoughts on Brunson? PRA.
Playing Brunson against the squad should be points and no assists. So like in the past, like when you look at Brunson versus this team, it's usually like they're good against the catch and shoot. They're bad against the pull up. That's perfect for Jalen Brunson to just get points and not dimes. Head to head, I don't know if that's played out entirely. You have a 40 piece right here. Still had 8 dimes, 7 dimes. Like that's still pretty good for him, especially in these spots. I don't know, without Cat on, like we could do some on-off court stuff too, but the matchup would tell you points, and then that means I got to take 28.5 points. And again, really no sample size for that. But what do you think?
I think most everything for these starters are going to be incredibly efficient, just in general, especially like the starters who are superstars like Jalen Brunson in particular. Shamit's too expensive in my opinion. McConnell and OG don't look like they have really moved, but it's that again, that could just be leaning to the plus 13 of it all. Jordan Clarkson, I can't really bet on that guy ever. I think he's just such a fraud. Yeah, I don't know. I think again, this is a time where you have to live bet and look at like Kolek, and I think Diawara. I mean, you and I were talking about this earlier, and then Juki also just brought him up. I don't see where he. There it is. I think this could be interesting, but we don't have line. Oh yeah, we do. Finally, 7.5
you have lines.
Exactly.
We don't have lines.
I think 7.5 is pretty expensive, honestly. I was personally waiting for Ariel to get lines because I wanted to look at his boards in particular, but we don't. Again, they're just not available yet.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you how to play Mo Diawara. Like blowouts, he got 23 minutes one time when they beat him by 29 by the Bucks. Didn't even have lines that game. Close 6.5 against Utah last game, played 15 minutes in 17 points. Well, they had to come back, to be fair to him. He should have gotten more minutes in that game probably, and they had to come back to beat Utah. So that might be part of it, is like the blowout, but there's no minutes or anything. Like
I got a nice minus 140 money line bet out of that game.
Yeah, there you go. Live, you're saying?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So I just don't know how to get there with it. Like I'm looking for how to find the angle. I'm looking for the data. Like I'm looking for something. I just don't have it. But
do you want to go to what's that Phoenix game? Phoenix Toronto?
That Toronto game. Yeah, I have nothing for that one, but
I do not either. Do you have any thoughts at all on the Scotty Barnes thing? Aside from what
he's questionable. Like the only thing I thought in this game at all is Jakob Poeltl because Mark Williams' absence. And if this is going to be a close game, it's like a 5.5 point spread now for Toronto. Phoenix is on the second night of a back-to-back. They are also playing their third and fourth nights on the road, right? So at Indy, fine, easy game, but at Milwaukee the night before and at Toronto now. So that's 3 and 4 nights. That kind of sucks. Like the market is probably, there's a lot of people just going like bet the other team with the big.
Scotty is in, by the way.
And Scotty's in.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thought was to go over or under actually on his boards.
Under.
Probably under because of all these unders recently. What are his reb chances? Not great. Let's get this down to all these unders right here. Looking at 8 rebound chances a game. Lost by 14, lost by 11, won by 30. 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very particular sample size with that, because again, I feel like those are games that might have been out of reach and they felt comfortable sitting some players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the under 6.5. It is 7.5 most spots because he was ruled in, right? So it's just the questionable tag keeping his number down. This is how you use the dashboard, man. If you were to look at this and just go, what should I do with Scotty this game? You'd strongly consider an under based on these rebound chances. So this green line is just showing you what his rebound chances basically were, right? They're saying that he should have had about 3 boards against the Knicks because he only had 5 rebound chances. So when you see this big space, as David loves to call it, the delta, when you see this big delta in between the lines, that the blue line is what the sports books in the market priced him at. The green line is the expected outcome based on his usage and his volume, and the volume's way lower than the lines. And if he continues on that pace, then the odds would be good that he's going to go under again. It's a choppy game. This is where Phoenix is a little bit more vulnerable on the boards, especially without Mark Williams. But yeah, I think I'd actually be looking at Poeltl a bit more on to go over. And if you like that, then I can still see the under for Scotty. But I do think the over for Poeltl is a bit more enticing just because, again, of the matchup without Mark Williams. Now he's going up against Oso the whole time. It's 8.5. Yeah. Any thoughts on Poeltl?
Probably pretty fair, to be honest. I don't hate it, but honestly, fair is fine with me against Oso. So
Right. I think that's the thing that I'm looking for is like the market number says it's like actually a little bit high. The matchup is not terrible overall on the season because if on the season, they're a pretty good rebounding team overall for Phoenix. But they don't have their starting center. Their backup is like notably worse at rebounding than Mark Williams is because Oso's way shorter and more of a forward center. That would be the angle that gives you an edge over the market for Jakob is he's got an easier matchup than normal and everything's still taken into consideration what the Suns have been for the most part instead of what they are right now. Right. So maybe a few more missed shots. I'm really talking myself into Jakob like double. If it's like 2-1, I might just hit a half a unit on that. Let's go. I think that's gonna be a look. I think I'm gonna take that.
And then any thoughts on Jalen Green at 18.5? It's a low number. I think he was lined at like 20.5 last game.
It's lower because he was playing
Philly,
Indy last game. That's a way worse defense for sure. Right. Went for 36 and he still didn't go up. That kind of tells you the market's not fooled by it. Right.
Right. Totally.
Yeah. We have 21.5 somewhat based on what he's been doing, but yeah, I don't have any thoughts on it either way at 18.5 because I wouldn't be in a rush to be going over, but the market moved correctly in my opinion for where that number is now.
If you're looking for me to talk you into it, Richard, I would just look at the attempts because Jalen Green is a chunker. I would make sure Devin Booker is in, and then if you're getting anything over like 16 attempts per game, I think I'd feel good with 18.5 points at 16 attempts per game.
Feel it. Feel it. Keep rolling.
Sengun
just looking
out.
at the comments here. Who's that?
Sengun.
He's out?
Yep.
Oh, let's get to it. We haven't talked Houston. Houston and some boo-boo squad. That's not fair to the Pellies. I don't know if I want to say just straight boo-boo squad.
We have a question about the Pellies too. Do you want to start there? Or two questions, actually.
Yeah, let's get into Houston. We can wait for these lines to settle for Houston, right? Because Albie was just ruled out officially. So that's going to move some stuff. Kind of wish I would have hit Jabari Smith 6.5 boards earlier now. Oh, it's still available on Bet Online. I might still like it. Interesting that it hasn't moved. Let me pull that up real quick. Now I just hijacked the show to look at what I want to look at.
That's right. It's your show.
No, it's our show. As I was forcibly reminded earlier in the YouTube comments, the rebounds for him at 6.5, there's not much here recent. I just think this is too low. Like his recent stuff on the season is about 6.5, and you've got a pretty easy matchup without Şengün playing. There's not much data without Alpi. Oh, there's some. Rebound chances at about 10.5, so they don't really go up without Şengün necessarily. He's just gotten the Pacers. 7 against Phoenix, 7 on just 14 against Portland there. I don't know. I like Jabari. I'm going to put that down for myself. I got Jabari and Jabari boards, and I am considering the Jakob DD, but maybe I'll stay away. Where would you want to go in this game, Sadiq? Do you have thoughts on Sadiq?
I was looking at this earlier. I mean, it's within the margin of what we want. Obviously, more difficult opponent, but 16.5 is where we would like the number to be.
For the points, yeah, it is. I concur. The only thing is, like, Sadiq's kind of emblematic of my turnaround this season because, as some people may or may not know, I've never been down as much as I was on February 6th, that day that will now live in infamy for me. February 6th was as low as it's gotten. Sadiq Bey is a little bit emblematic of it. He was still somebody who hit for me a couple times, but I was betting him not using market pricing. I was betting him going, when he plays without Herb Jones, he does this, right? And the minutes went up. So he was just getting more minutes without Herb Jones, but he was at like a 12.5 point line at one point, up to 16.5, still pretty good. But he's got Murphy and Zion and DJM now in as well. Like he's been going over. I get it, right? In all this green, I get it. Some bad teams in there too. I will say he's going over against Boo Boo. This is all garbage. The only team I have respect for in here is the Clippers. He went under. The Suns, he went over. So good on him there. That end of list. This is an easy bunch of games.
That's valid.
And the markets come down correctly. Like if you look at his lines over here, right? Just look at the blue line. He was 17 and a half, 17. Oh, the line came down a little bit. So this is basically 18 and a half because he's playing garbage teams. Now he's at 16 and a half against a good team. It seems fair. There's just no edge to me. Good team, everybody healthy. I don't have a way to like cap this and like the over, but what do you think? I guess
I think you're spot on. That's what kept me off of is like, is the 16 and a half one representative of one, what the market's been, and then two, the opponent. And I think it is.
Yeah.
And that's what kept me off of it personally.
Yeah, for sure. Fred knows the way to my heart. I'm just going to bring it up because I love it. I'm sorry, but yeah, we're trying to help y'all fish, like know how to do it. Right. So hopefully some of this stuff is helping you guys, but, go ahead. You had something else, I think. Or
there was a question about Trey Murphy points, and I think there's just some general questions about like Trey Murphy PA and such.
Okay. Yeah. So that was all fake. Things hadn't pulled through yet. He's going to come back at 7.5. Someone just brought that up, and it made me sad, but it's true. Sammy J, the bearer of bad news. I won't shoot the messenger though. Don't worry. What's up, Chang? Good to have you in here, brother. If you guys want to listen to someone talk about sports, he's got some thoughts for sure. That's pretty good. I just took you off with my Tam.
I'll find it. I got you. There you go.
Yeah, Trey Murphy points.
Just for a clarification about the Rockets being trash, they are trash offensively.
That's fair. Solid caveat there. They are trash on offense. That looks good right there. Nuker's got that. Trey Murphy, man, I keep as you can tell, I keep just like staying away from the subject for a reason, which is I don't have a ton for the Pellies because I just don't trust them either. Not necessarily in that they're not trying to win. I don't trust them that they have a lot of guys that do a lot of the same stuff. Zion needs the ball in his hands. Dejounte needs the ball in his hands. So
I have something that might strike your interest if it's still available. Let's look at Jeremiah Fears.
Oh yeah, that's your guy. It's my guy too.
It's moving. Yeah, it's moving in the direction I want it to though. I was looking at 14.5 under PRA earlier.
Okay, I'm going to finish the Trey Murphy point. We're definitely going there because I now have a thought. My thought on Trey Murphy is that the model is helping me stay away from it, right? So if you just look at PropsMadness and you look at all this green on 20.5 points, you're going to love this because you're just playing recent numbers and you're going, oh my God, he's gone over in not only 5 in a row, he's gone over in 5 of 7 and then 9 of 11. So he's gone over in 9 of his last 11 games on 20.5 points. You look at this green and you go, oh my God, my central nervous system is reacting to this. I'm so excited. And then you got to go, how many shots is he taking? How good has his field goal percentage been in this run right here? And the answer is really good. And that's why this green line is so important because other than the Suns game, he's not taking that many shots. He had 28 points on 12 attempts against Toronto. Do you really want to bank on him getting that many points with that many shots? I don't think you do. Like that's way too high for that many shots. Maybe he got to the free throw line. The usage was decent. He got to the free throw line 8 times. He's getting there about so let's say he gets 5 free throw attempts. The usage still just isn't there for me. That green line is still hovering down beneath that number other than that one game consistently. You can find reasons for it, but there's just nothing pushing me to it against a good opponent, basically, is really what it comes down to. So where we at?
I had brought up Jeremiah Fears under,
yes,
but the line had moved. I've seen if there's another way we can take an under potentially.
You wanted to fade Jeremiah?
Yeah, I was going to take under 14.5 PRA, but now it's 13.5 PRA.
You've been the Jeremiah whisperer a bit too because you hit him in the right spots, and now you're talking about an under. So I'm listening. But yeah, I guess you were saying this was higher. What's the thoughts on him in general for this one?
I just think there's you have Trey, you have Zion, you have Dejounte, you have Sadiq. There's just not enough room. And then Houston defensively, which is good.
That's all fair.
Specifically where Jeremiah likes to score.
Yeah, down low. They're going to crowd the defense, and then he might have to score a little bit. Yeah, I see it. But like you said, it kind of moved out of range.
Yep.
Our boy come back. He's still 6.5 on hard right. He's going to get to 7.5, and then we have to decide if we want to take 7.5. And then at that point, I can get there 4.5 to 1 on a double.
Just to speak to Fred's point right here,
sure.
It's terrifying. I've taken 3.5 under rebounds on Dylan Harper, bro. I totally get what you're saying. What I would say to that though is think about it contextually though, because how many minutes is Fears going to be on the court? I say less than 15. So you're asking an efficient 15 minutes to get to 14 PRA.
Mm-hmm. Bro, it took you way too long to bring up Reed Sheppard, though. Come on, man. I was expecting that in all caps earlier in the show, Coolio. Where's the stash? Come on, dog. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Brother, it's time to get off the train. Sell the ticket.
Run off the train. Sprint off the train. Jump off that bitch while it's moving. Are you crazy? He's gonna go for 50 tonight, which probably. 50 is the new 40. Like apparently, because nobody gave a shit that Luka scored 50 on a near triple double last night. It's getting insane out here, man. You get an 83-point game, and everyone's just like, "Oh, there's been like 3 50-point games since Bam had 83, and everybody's yawning at it." What a time. Reed Sheppard is at 18.5 points. There's just no model in the world that is going to tell you to bet this to start. What if the model's like, buy it? It hasn't even caught up yet because this just got pumped up to 18.
Oh, while you're doing that, someone asked if we could look at Fears for 15 minutes.
Like he's talking about him?
They want to look at Fears.
Like put him at 15 minutes.
Yeah, for 15 minutes, please. The remainder of the show. Like big Jeremiah Fears fan.
I would argue we've already spent too much time on Jeremiah Fears, and you're asking me to go to 15 minutes on him. I don't have 15 minutes on Jeremiah Fears. Who were we going to look at, though?
We were talking about Reed under 18.5, and we were waiting on the model to adjust.
Yeah, we'll wait on to adjust. We also need to adjust the image if we can get the stash on him. I might just draw one on him for y'all in the code for the dashboard, but we'll work on it. Fears in 15 minutes, like, is that relevant? Is that going to, or not relevant, but is that going to be a reasonable projection of minutes for him?
That's my assessment. Yes,
it could be.
I would just for the sake of this conversation, say under 18.
Let's go 15 to 20, just to start. So no one's gonna like that, right?
No. But again, you got to talk about this contextually speaking. How many of those games had Zion, Dejounte, Murphy, Sadiq, etc.?
No, not a lot. No, definitely not a lot. But like, also, if he's coming off the bench, like, it's his world once he gets on the second unit. I don't know. I don't think it. I agree with you. I think it is more about who's there. I don't even know if it matters though. Like, I get what you're saying too about homie who asked for the minutes right there. Like, no shade. With Jeremiah Fears though, I just think that's noise. When you start splitting hairs between 13 to 18 to 20, like maybe with TJ McConnell, it's not splitting hairs because literally that dude's 1.5 PRA a minute that he plays. So he's someone that we can look at minute by minute and go, ooh, if he plays 16, it actually matters that he doesn't play 18. But with Jeremiah Fears, it's more just going to be like, at this point, he might get burned because it's a blowout. There's just too much conflicting data to be like, this is the angle for Fears, in my opinion. Once he gets down to this number, though, although I would agree on the under on like a 16.5 PRA, we lost that, like you said. So the market agreed with you. Let's let some stuff settle on that. It is 30 on the hour, but we can get a little bit more. We can talk about Dejounte for a minute. I don't have, like I said, I don't have much for it. Do you have anything for it? And then I'm probably going to keep moving for 1 sec.
I do not. Again,
okay.
The entire roster for the Pelicans is like at very efficient numbers because some could say inefficient numbers because the amount of players on the roster active right now. However, it's combated by playing Houston, which is a really good defense. And I don't feel comfortable betting at these peak prices specifically. That's the reason you're seeing the Jeremiah Fears come down.
Yeah. Love it. Love the explanation. I am now interested, though, in using some of the logic you guys are talking about to maybe do what King KT is talking about, which is fade Poole instead. Like, is he losing minutes here? That'd be something to consider. We're not gonna wrap just yet, but go ahead and give the video a like if y'all would. It goes a long way, so much appreciated. Hopefully you guys have gotten something out of the stream. We're getting a lot more y'all in here, trying to stay consistent, so much appreciated. I think we might have an office hours tomorrow too, so keep that in mind.
Mike had a question about Murray steals.
All right, let's do it.
Thoughts on that?
Oh, and Jordan Poole doesn't have any lines.
Oh yeah, I will do an office hours tomorrow. It won't be for the last 4 games, but yeah.
That's great. I don't know how to cap steals.
Me neither.
That's really it. Maybe there's some turnover stuff, But I trust you, Mike. Like, if you have an angle on it, I definitely trust you. Mike's actually pretty good at those steals, blocks, a little bit more of the ancillary stuff. We know what he's looking for, but I just don't have. I never really know how to cap that stuff. I just never really learned or got it. So, yeah, no, I dig that. If he had even 2.5 boards, bro, I think that's a great system play for someone who's going to get like 15 minutes at the most and is never near the fucking rim. All right. We still got an hour for what? You're crazy. Do you want to recap a couple of your plays real quick?
Let's see. What do I have?
Just for the late
Coop for 10.5 RA. I think most of mine are gone, unfortunately. Yeah. I have Coop for 10.5 RA, which I'm fine with 11.5 RA, but everything else I have is gone. So I wouldn't recommend many other things.
Yep. All right. Yeah. I just want to see if there's anything else too for me. No, I still just have my same 3 bets that I've had down. I think I went over most of them. I'll give y'all one more in case I didn't get it out. Oh, let's see if anybody wants to fade Matas with me. Anybody want to fade Matas?
I'm interested. I'm definitely intrigued because I get your point.
Yeah. So I'll pull up Matas on the model and remind you guys one more time that this is available for a free trial. If you want to check out the dashboard, it's got the full suite of projections and all the other tools I keep talking about. Plus, you do get access to the VIP Discord. I cannot recommend the prop bot enough. I got to figure out how to pump it up better with y'all. But the prop bot is it's a craze inside the Discord because it's just pulling through all the data from the dashboard, pulling it right into Discord when you command it to. It's pretty sick. But this is what I wanted to look at with Matas real quick. So I took an under on 21.5 points. I don't think the market loves my bet. And maybe it's partly because Josh Giddey is questionable, trending towards, I'd imagine, not playing. So people are like down to buy Matas, I guess. No, there's no. I thought there was some 22.5. So there might still be.
It's coming back down.
Oh, it's coming back down. Okay. Yeah. Now the juice is on the under. And Pinnacle, okay, so Pinnacle is about to come down to 20.5 too at some point if it keeps moving. The Matas stuff here, this is where I love the dashboard is because like Matas's number is not 21.5. You need that's what we're doing here. When you come down and look at the fair market value, like if you look at fair value, this is recent games for him based on output and the rest of it. It's still, even with Josh Giddey out, like the number's been 18.5 and it should stay at 18.5. And that's why it's telling you to sell here. I'm just never going to get there with it. Even if you want to look at it with the stuff on is Josh Giddey in?
No, but I have an incredible point for you. I don't know if he's in or not, but I do have an incredible thing to support your theory. There was a moment, and I want to be clear. I wouldn't reference this without a specific angle, but there was a moment about a month and a half ago where we were taking Matas PRA overs because there was no one else to be on ball for Chicago. Do you know what those PRA numbers were when we were taking them?
Like 21.5,
22.5, 24.5 was kind of the max. I think there were some 27.5 at one point, but those are the ones we were like, no, I'm not touching that. The point being, if you're laying a line at 22.5 points on a back-to-back, and previously the PRA was 24.5, 22.5, 21.5, it's probably really expensive.
Like to Matty's point, and this you can look at this on the model, you can look at this on PropsMadness, but like the CL number that you see, right, where it says CL 23.5, that's the closing number on FanDuel, right? So 23.5 was his PRA number there. Let's look at the points were in those games. Points prop was 18.5 versus Milwaukee. Milwaukee is not the Clippers. Milwaukee is much, much worse on defense than the Clippers. 18.5 against Toronto. This is, I don't know who was in or out in that one. Like 17.5 versus Brooklyn. 17.5 versus Brooklyn. And he's 21.5 versus the Clippers. Make that make sense, man. These are all without Giddey. I don't even think Giddey's questionable anymore if PropsMadness is pulling through correctly. So this is a sell all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Again, not a magic 8-ball. He may very well get 22 points against the Clippers tonight. He might get 28 points. I'll continue to bet him to under 21.5 until I feel strongly enough that I've lost enough money doing so. So like, I think we're good on that. But anything else, I'm going to probably get out of here in a sec, see if anybody has anything we haven't talked about. But hella crazy. So
yeah, I have nothing. I will say, I don't see Giddy on the injury report.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him on the injury report.
Yep. Bet. All right. Appreciate you guys, man. We're going to roll out of here. I've got a couple other things to do too, but I'm still going to try to get a couple bets down for y'all that are in the VIP, see what we can get in there. Coming off a sweep, so we got to at least keep it going. Only have 3 bets down, not forcing it. Patience, all the patience, all the discipline. It's at the end of the season, man, so things are going to be weird. But give that video a like before you dip. If you have not, definitely suggest subscribing, getting videos out in the morning on the West Coast. I'll be honest, it's usually about 12:30 in the middle of the day for y'all on the East Coast, but hopefully you can still, I'm waiting for the lines. I'm waiting. So hopefully you are going to have lines when you see the video. That's the point of it. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Matty, always much love. Swish in the comments, man. Like, definitely give it up for Swish if y'all haven't. I know you guys are pretty appreciative of him, but the fact that he's just getting in there and answering all those questions. I know my man's been under the weather too, so he has not been himself for the last couple of days and is still going through everything with y'all. So much love to Swish. This is his baby right here, man. So just be kind to his baby because it's a thing of beauty. But we'll be back here. Check out office hours tomorrow if you can with Matty. Maybe try to get a few free folk in there too, since I know it's gonna be 4 hours. Maybe we open it up a little bit to the first 99 folks who come through. Even if you're not in the VIP, we can talk about it. But best of luck tonight until we see you next. Happy betting.